Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jackie, and I'm a core team member here at St. Maximilian Kolbe Catholic Church's Life Team Group. I'm so excited to be with you today and also to share with you a little quarantine reflection. So the fact that we're even having quarantine reflections is wild. I mean, there has never been such a time like this. I was scrolling through Instagram, and one of the posts I read started, the author wrote, that this will be the thing that defines a generation. Coronavirus, COVID-19. It's really, really tragic and really sad because it's a very real pandemic, and people are suffering. There are a lot of people who are sick. There are a lot of people who are on the mend, and there are a lot of people putting their lives on the line for others to help them heal. So to all those people, God bless you, and we're praying for you, and thank you. But for the rest of us, it's just wild as well. But it's a different kind of attack. It's not a physical one for us who are maybe not sick, but it's a mental one. It's a spiritual one. There is so much fear right now. There's so much anxiety. There's so much chaos. There's so much noise. New articles, new updates, new crazy things that are happening. This many cases. No, not this many cases. And don't do this. And stay away from these kinds of people. It's very practical in a certain sense because, yes, we do need to take care of ourselves. But it's also a little insane if that's all we're consuming. So I kind of want to take a minute to pause on that and to think about what we're consuming, what we're bringing into our lives, and what we can let go of. Today I want us to talk a little bit about control. We are right now experiencing something that is so out of our control. My best friend was getting married this time next month, and her wedding has been postponed. She's looked forward to this her whole life. My little sister has worked so hard for the past many years of her academic career to graduate from college, and that was going to happen May 1st. That's been postponed. Working from home, online classes, maybe people losing their jobs with their family, being stuck at home all the time, no more soccer practice, no more, whatever you're a part of. It just feels like there is no normalcy anymore. What is normal? Our routine, everything that we lean on, all of our crutches, hanging out with friends, all the things that we look forward to, all the things that fill up our hearts that we consume have been stripped away. And what is left? So I wanted to talk about that today because when life gives us these kinds of intense lemons, and lemons we didn't ask for and lemons that we didn't see coming, what do we make of it? I want to read something for you. This is from the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 17. So Paul is wild, y'all. I don't know if you guys have read the Acts of the Apostles, but basically they have been tasked and selected by Jesus to share the good news and bring salvation to all people. So they're literally going on foot and just telling people about Jesus, and they're traveling around. And when they got to Athens, Paul was exasperated. So that's the word the passage uses. He is exasperated at the sight of the city full of idols. He was walking around and he saw that there were all these statues and all of these figures and all these other things besides God that people were worshiping. They were consuming these idols, and it was becoming the main things in their hearts that they leaned on. And it literally made him so upset. He was distressed. So he goes on this rant to these people, and he's like, listen up, y'all. And I'm going to stop paraphrasing and read to you from the Bible what it says that Paul said. He said, "The God who made the world and all that is in it, the Lord of heaven and earth, does not dwell in sanctuaries made by human hands, nor is he served by human hands because he needs anything. Rather, it is he who gives to everyone life and breath and everything. He made from one the whole human race to dwell on the entire surface of the earth, and he fixed the ordered seasons and the boundaries of their regions, so that people might seek God, even perhaps grope for him and find him, though indeed he is not far from any one of us." So he sees these people who are consuming all these things that are not God and not from God, and he sees that they cling to those things for hope, for purpose, for identity, and he's like, guys, this is so not it. This is so not it. The things that we create with human hands, the things that we experience, are just empty shells, and God doesn't need them. God doesn't dwell in the things that we make. God is right with us. Even though we grope for him, we reach for him, we search for him in all these places. He is not far from any one of us. In the middle of our anxiety, in the middle of our worries or our fear, or our online classes, or our arguments with our parents because we're holed up in one place for too long, God is with us. And I love this. He fixed the ordered seasons and the boundaries of their regions so that people might seek God. God put you right where you are for a purpose. Right now, this isn't a mistake that you're experiencing this. Though this may be the thing that defines a generation, who are you going to be defined by? We can't control what's happening around us. We can't control these things being stripped of us. And yeah, it's unfair. And you're allowed to feel hurt and you're allowed to grieve the things that are being taken. But it's not God who's taking them away from us. So who are we going to allow to uphold us? That leads to this next reading that I want to share with you. This one's a little popular. You might have heard it. It's from the book of Ephesians. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. Therefore, put on the armor of God, that you may be able to resist on the evil day, and having done everything, to hold your ground. Guys, this feels like the evil day. What are you going to be able to resist? And what is going to hold your ground? Are you going to be able to resist the anxiety or the fear or the lack of purpose or the hopelessness? Or are you going to resist Him? What is going to be the thing to hold your ground? What is going to anchor you? What are you going to be rooted in, defined by? Because if it's all those things that were stripped away, you're going to be left with nothing. Your friends, your school, your future job, your current job, your circumstances, those things don't ultimately define you. They add to your life, but they aren't your life. What is at the core of your life, guys? Because that's all that's left, to hold your ground. So as I end this reflection, I challenge you, take 60 seconds to think about those things that have been stripped from your life. Maybe those expectations that you had for what this summer will look like, what this year would look like. And give those to God. Don't let it be something that's taken away from you. Let it be something that you choose to surrender. Because though you may not be able to control what's happening to you, you can control how you respond. So I challenge you, and this is something I'm doing myself. What are you going to give to God? Take 60 seconds to think about those things, and it's okay if it's unfair, it's okay if it's sad, but give them to Him. Say, God, I surrender this to you. This dream I had, this thing I was looking forward to, I give it to you. And in that place, ask God to be your anchor. Ask God to be the core strength that holds you up when there's nothing else left to lean on. When you are weak, He is strong, and we are made perfect in His weakness. Life is not going to be perfect, and these circumstances sure aren't. Not perfect. But God is, and He's calling you near to Him. Guys, today, let go of control and allow God to have that place in your heart. From all of us here at St. Maximilian Kolbe Life Team, we're praying for you. We love you. And if you have any questions or any prayer requests, drop them down below in the comment section or shoot us a DM. We're here for you. The church is alive. God does not dwell between the man-made creations. He dwells in us. So keep it up. We're here for you.